Hey Noblesville, it's Mayor Chris Jensen coming to you on a sunny week here in Noblesville from the Mayor's office. Hope you've gotten to get outside a little bit, enjoy this pre-spring weather just in time for today's little cold blast back to a reminder that it is winter time. But hey, welcome to the Friday Five, the 5 things you need to know going into this wonderful weekend as we get ready to head into March next week. So here we go, 5 things. First thing, Pleasant Street. I know you've all heard about it. It's that new east-to-west corridor that we are building. You can learn more about it at www.reimaginepleasantst.com. But what you need to know is actually this past week, we partnered with our good friends at Conner Prairie to remove the Midland Bridge over the White River. It was actually removed last Friday. What we're going to do is once that is disassembled, it will be shipped down to our friends at Conner Prairie where it will be temporarily stored, and then we're going to be working with them on future placement of that Midland historic bridge down on the Conner Prairie campus. Many have asked why we weren't able to use that as part of the Pleasant Street project. It has to do with the regulations around water flow in the White River. It was not permitted due to some DNR permitting issues and number of structures that can be in the water. So it had to be disassembled and removed, but is going to be replaced down at Conner Prairie for us to use into the future, which we're really excited. Appreciate all our friends down at Conner Prairie for helping us out with that project. We're really excited about the new bridge over the White River that will have a pedestrian attachment because the Midland Trace Trail will be attached to the Pleasant Street White River Bridge. So if you see some construction down over the water, that is exactly what is taking place. The bridge pier drillings are taking place on the east side of the river. The west side pier drillings are already completed, and storm and sanitary work is being done currently on the east side of the river. So exciting progress this winter over the White River for the Pleasant Street project. Second thing you need to know, and I've heard a lot about this project, and it's incredibly exciting, the Nickel Plate Trail. This is, just for a quick refresher, a 2.7 mile trail from Pleasant Street down to 146th Street, or 146th Street north all the way up to Pleasant Street, however you view it, wherever you live in Noblesville. It'll be a 12-foot wide trail and connect to existing and future trails. The city did receive last year a $3.1 million grant from our friends at the Department of Natural Resources as part of Governor Eric Holcomb's Next Level Trails Grant program. So construction signs and staking are going to begin next week. So you're going to see some movement out there if you live in Summerwood or the Wellington neighborhoods. You're going to see some folks out there staking and getting the construction signs ready to go because trail construction will begin in mid-March. So I know my buddy Brian Jenkins down there in Summerwood is going to love that Nickel Plate Trail. It'll be under construction soon, so get excited. Third thing you need to know. East Bank. This is the project as you come in from the west side of Noblesville down the hill by Riverview Hospital and across the bridge. On the right-hand side there, J.C. Hart is constructing a mixed-use development called East Bank with some livable, workable retail space along the White River there. So there are going to be a few street closures in conjunction with that coming up. So 6th Street, there is a continuing street closure there on 6th Street, which is not really a highly traveled area, so you'd have to really seek that out to find it. But they're removing and replacing some curbs and sidewalks down there on East 6th Street. There will be some lane restrictions during working hours. And then starting Wednesday, the single lane closure will be back on Conner Street. I know this is tricky. That right lane will be closed as you head into downtown Noblesville. Crews are working to continue to repair sidewalks and curbs. The closure is going to be similar to the previous restriction, if you recall that, as we went from our house to Stony Creek Elementary for practice, basketball practice the other day. Leave a little extra time. So Conner Street, that work is expected to last about 16 days. So starting Wednesday, it's been open now for about a week. It's going to be closed again starting Wednesday for about 16 days, but we're getting close to getting some of this foundational work done. So thank you for bearing with us on that Conner Street lane closure. Fourth thing you need to know, Federal Hill Apartments. This is the big structure being developed over on Federal Hill Commons area. That's going to be taking up the existing parking lot there. A lot of people have asked about that project. That is going to be 220 units in 3 buildings, apartment units, 31,000 square feet of commercial retail space, and 210 parking garage. Robert, put your phone on silent. For public use. And that'll be awesome. That will over double our parking capacity for summer concerts and the farmers market over there. I actually got to take a tour of that project this week, a hard hat tour, and it was awesome. It was so exciting to see. Indie Coffee Roasters is already committed to being in one of the retail spaces that overlooks the farmers market that actually faces State Road 32. Really excited then. There'll be a restaurant there with outdoor dining overlooking Federal Hill Commons and the concert series. So it's incredibly, incredibly exciting. The framing is continuing on that building currently. We also, like I said, it toured. It's about a 1,200 square foot indie coffee roasters is going in there. So very excited for that project to continue to take shape. Be looking for some news about the farmers market, which will be taking place again in the same spot as last year, but working with them a little bit on some restroom access and parking. That'll be coming up soon, which means it's almost warm weather and summertime. So we're incredibly excited about that. And the fifth thing you need to know, this is a bittersweet statement here. Number 5, Chris Gellinger. I want to recognize him. He is retiring as our deputy fire chief. He is the longest tenured firefighter. He joined Noblesville Fire Department on January 16th, 1986. Chris, I wasn't even 2 years old at that point in time. Probably didn't like me telling you that. When Noblesville just had 2 fire stations. Gellinger told me, I knew after my first shift day at Noblesville Fire Department that this was the place where I wanted to spend my career. It has always been an honor to put on the uniform and get to come to work every day. Chief Gellinger, the honor is all ours. Thank you for your service for that many years, serving the community, and we genuinely appreciate you and congratulate you on your retirement. So those are the 5 things you need to know going into this weekend. If you have an idea or some questions, reach out to me. Shoot me a email here at City Hall, cjensen@noblesville.in.us, or text me or call me on my cell phone, 317-509-3134. As the weather warms up, you can also find me just walking around the square during the day, visiting many of our local establishments. So feel free to stop, honk, wave, whatever, wave with all fingers, by the way, and let me know that you are paying attention. Let me know how I can help you. In the meantime, stay safe, Noblesville. We'll see you back here next Friday.